Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that little issue there. We had to big update on our operating system, and whenever that happens, there's usually a few hiccups as the apps try to catch up. So let me wrap this up in the next couple of minutes. Again, I don't know if you can see this happening yet. But then like above those reeds, maybe we want like a first layer of grass. And then maybe from that tree, there's a long shadow. Let's see, we're going over the black. I have to remember. All right, and then perhaps another shadow. Again, not super exciting to watch because basically it's just watching somebody think. Right, we don't want those even, of course. But again, that takes even more time. That even takes more time. That's why you shouldn't be in a hurry. But at the same time, is this something that's going to finish, or are you just trying to work out your idea? You know, something like that generally, maybe, no, yes. And then where are those mountains going to be? I don't know. Do I want them green too, or do I want them different? Of course, that's going to be real important. Why? Because it's going to contour. Anyway. All right. Oh, good. You found me again. So if there's any last minute questions, go ahead and, like I said, now I'm just kind of working through the process of seeing what this is going to look like through space. And again, there's not even light shadow here, but just getting a general idea, someplace to start. Oops, and look at, so that would disappear with the thing, but with the silhouette, we could do our thing. Then if I went to that one reference, and they have that yellow sky coming out from over here. Right, so if this is kind of the aura from the sun, and it's decreasing, and we can get gray as we get over there. That yellow will go All right, all right. We got people here. Sorry, I forgot I was hosting. Forgot I was hosting. Okay. We've got dark here for our tree. Something like this. And a little bit darker here. Maybe those reeds up front we spoke about. Maybe. And then where would that shirt be? If you got that, this in the sky, I think we're going to want it purple, but if we have that in the sky, can we repeat that chroma? Let's see. Probably a dark. I just want her to stand off with her clothes. All right, so whatever shirt I put here, I'd like it to kind of separate her, if that makes sense. Like a dark silhouette, basically. Like a dark silhouette. And then we have her skin tones. You see how I think without burdening myself with detail? Without burdening myself with the detail. Okay, and then her hair. Make it brown if we want, but it's basically going to be a dark silhouette. And luckily I've been doing this her whole life, so she's not, my God, Dad, what'd you do to my hair? He's just like, okay, there goes Dad again. Okay, Dad, just don't show it to anybody. Just don't show it to anybody. Okay, so that could be a little more colorful version, and honestly, I probably would never do that, anything that colorful. But I wanted to get through the process to show you. And in order for me to do that in time, I had to be okay with ugly colors. So let's see. Can I go away? Can I go away? Go away, Jason. Go away. And let's take this up as big as we could go. And let's just watch that happen. Let's just watch that happen. So what I'm hoping is you kind of see how I work with these ideas, and then I can roughly put the things on top of it. Then once I'm comfortable, like, yeah, that's good, then I'll start being more careful. But until I have these great big pieces moved around, and by the way, maybe generally what's happening here, but it needs a lot of refinement before I can say, yeah, that works, or yeah, that doesn't. But again, I'm trying to get through, so in my opinion, what you need to do is learn the process of making a painting. Right? What is the process of making a painting? Right? So, okay, we're going to do a value design because it's light, dark, light, dark. Let's figure that out. Then we're going to do whatever we need to do to figure our color scheme out. So we have our design, our value structure. We have the color scheme we're going to lay on top of that value structure. And we've have enough sketches to know our movement and our gesture, how we want to move through there. So all that takes some work. And if you understand what you're doing, you can do that work without putting in 40 hours of painting. Right? You can do it on a piece of paper, you can do it on the computer, right? You can do it with color spots on cardboard. There's a million ways to do it. But what I'm really trying to share with you is how you can think as an artist. Right? It's not, let me make this one mark and hope it turns out and that color's right and then everybody thinks I'm a hero. No. I mean, who goes into the professional football league because of their natural born talent? Zero. Everybody in there works their tail off. Okay, so this is enriching work. It's fun work. It's beautifying. I mean, I don't know how to tell you, but you do have to work a little bit. You do have to go in here and study and figure these things out. They do not just happen. Right? The amazing thing about the paintings we look at night is that a human being did that. That they made every decision required to complete that canvas. Okay? So, until you have a clear vision of your finish, you shouldn't start your painting. But you should paint it. You should do color studies. And you should sketch it. And you do a bunch of work to figure out, to show yourself the finish. When you have a clear vision of the finish, I mean, I should almost say a clear vision of the finish almost in the heart, because it's more of a feeling, a mood. But you do understand the values, the colors. You understand all of it together. If you can bring all that together, you're just on a different level. All right, so you work and work and work until you see the finish. Then when you clearly see the finish in your head, you set the work aside and you start anew and you execute. But not like a task, like a poet. The poet doesn't use all of their vocabulary. But they choose the most apt words out of that vocabulary to express what they want to express. We have to choose the most apt values, colors, edges, paint quality. Another way of saying this, to put all of those qualities into a single thing, we have to choose the most apt brushwork, mark, piece of paint for what we're trying to say. Okay, and again, it sounds like a lot of words, but all I'm saying is work and work and study and do studies, and maybe it takes 7 paintings before you can see the finish. Do the 7 paintings. Maybe it takes a third of a sketch before you see the finished painting. You know, most likely sometimes it's going to be a third of the sketch and sometimes it's going to be 7 paintings. Sometimes it comes easy, sometimes it doesn't. But all the studies so you can get the finish in your head. Then when you have the finish in your head, just make sure you have the knowledge necessary to get what you want to get, to mix the paint, to open the edges. You can draw well enough. And then go forth and do it. All right, I'm going to go forth. I've got things to do. I hope you guys got things to do. I hope you've been painting. And I hope this made sense. I'm going to try refining and developing this lesson. Like I say, today was the first day I tried to share it with the public at anywhere near this depth. So, but we were thinking about, and what I was doing here was starting to plan and set up my 3 dimensions, right? So what's next for my thing? Well, I'm going to come in here and correct these colors. But the other thing I'm going to do is, let's assume, and it's not, but let's assume that's a good color that I like for her skin tone. Well, you know what's all over those mountains? Rocks. So I'm going to relate rocks sticking out of mountains to her skin tone. Right? Again, ugly, 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 ugly. But we start to get the feel of what's happening. So where does that need to be? Let's see, that's her eye. If her cheeks are down here, where would the red be? Across her face. Then her ear. Do we see her ear? We don't really see her ear. Then down below, it's going to go grayer than that. Right. Up above, it go a little more blanched than that. Right? So, and then let's see, upper lip, and she's got a chin down here too. Can't forget the chin. Okay. So why don't we leave it there, right? But the thing is, what I was trying to say was, now that skin tone, I got to find ways to work that into the rest of the painting, right? If I'm going to use all that green in there, I need some ways to hint green. Maybe her eye into Isabella, and so forth and so forth. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, Susan, you're an angel. Thank you. And yes, I should have switched screens. We'll get it. That's part of this month, is me learning to juggle these chainsaws that are on fire 15, 17 at a time. So I'm going to lose a finger or learn to do it, one or the other, maybe both. All right, let's leave it there, and we'll be back tonight. Oh, let me switch screens just to show you what I was doing. Oops, wrong. Right. Here we go. Nope, so close. Here we go. So what I did was I took the tone of her skin, and then I was working to find a rock tone in the background for the mountains. And that was what you didn't get to see me do. And that's how I would go forth and tie these in. And as I work back through there, adjust those greens and everything. That grass isn't fed from water directly off the reactors at Diablo, so it's probably not going to be that green. All right, thank you so much. If it wasn't too much of a disappointment, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new around here and you like what we're talking about, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more. We'll be back at 6:55 tonight for Sketch Club, and we're going to do 10 minutes of the ones that we did not get to Tuesday, and then 8 o'clock for Masterworks. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., some student feedback. And then at 9, if you're in class, we've got our Zoom meeting. And we'll do studio time and Masterworks to finish up this week. All right. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.